live with Zoom. Here.
Twitch.tv/nameless.
Can we talk about this, bro? Like, while it's loading up, they can hear us, right?
Yeah.
You know that Coke ad that pops up on Twitch now?
Oh, yeah.
I don't
I've
know
seen
if you
it.
know. That's
Yeah.
the worst ad I've ever seen, and it pops up every single time, bro. Every single time. Hands down, the worst ad of all time. Easily.
I've seen people actually never in my life. Thank you for the sub, Tommy. 26 months.
Bro. You know the
I'm
vibe.
loyal to your soil. I appreciate that. Subbing to the
Sir.
COD vet. Salute. Yo, no, I've seen people actually commenting on the advertisements lately on Twitch. Like they've been getting the same ones. I don't know how it works, but I saw it maybe in the past that like around December and January ads become scarce, so they just keep running the same ones. Like whoever buys it or something. I forgot how it works. Some
Wait,
weird.
it should be. Shouldn't they be like more? Because it's Christmas
Maybe it's
time.
right after Christmas.
You advertise all types of stuff, toys, Nerf guns.
Maybe it's like right after Christmas. Have you guys done your Christmas shopping yet?
No, dude. It's been so bad.
Nobody's getting shit from me, bro. Straight up.
Dude, I found some. Dude, Christmas has become a dagger to the bank account, bro. It's like, I think this year it's gonna be like 2 racks total. I've spent.
Wait, 2 racks? That's a lot of cash, bro.
Yeah, I don't know, bro.
I don't go like that.
Well, this year I became a lot closer with like my uncle and like my mom's side and stuff. I started going over there more, so it's like I gotta get them all gifts, my little cousins and shit. And my sister had a kid. My sister had a kid, so I had to get her a gift and stuff.
What's that little dude know where the gift? Like what?
But you don't need to go. Like I go really expensive with my mom, and then after that, it's more just like.
No, it adds up though. It adds up though.
It definitely adds up. Yes, definitely adds up.
Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the stream. How are you guys?
Mom?
Swedes in here.
See, that's a crazy. So like, Tommy, I like to combine my mom and my dad in like the expensive purchase. You know what I mean? Like one, like. Yeah. All right, this is gonna be the dagger. Everybody else gets like the little shit, the little shit on the side.
Yo, you get like the family gift. I considered getting my uncle and them just like an instant pot, and just being like, here you go, like just cook this up and like cook some shit up in here, and this is a great gift that the whole family can enjoy. Eat some beef stew, and you guys will be Gucci. Yeah, you haven't done your Christmas shopping yet? T?
No, I haven't done anything.
Oh.
Well, no,
the Amazon packages get here in 2 days, son. Don't worry about me.
No, my mom is good. She's all good. My mom's set. I always get my mom her gift like super early or figure it out super early. But everybody else, no, I gotta go to the mall.
The mall at this time is probably the worst place on earth.
Oh, it's a nightmare, dude.
I don't even want to park, bro. Like.
Oh my man, being in New York or like LA, imagine. Oh, I saw some picture today on Twitter. It was like LA County population versus like the rest of the country, and like every state but like 5 was less than LA County.
I saw that.
That's pathetic.
I saw you tweet about that. That was insane.
Yeah, bro. Like, bro, can people stop going there? Somebody tweeted like, stop coming here. You're not gonna be famous. That place. Oh man, I like LA, but it sucks to be in. Like for anything practical, getting in a car and driving to the gas station fucking sucks there, dude. Little things. It's just it's awful.
How would you know? You never drove to the gas station in LA. You just made that up.
People suck in LA. People in LA. A lot of people suck, dude.
So we were all out here for the summit, like everybody I'm sure knows from Twitter or whatever. Nameless never drove a car. He's making all this up.
I've been in cars. I've been in cars in LA. I have been
in cars.
And I've traveled. I've traveled around, the circumference of Los Angeles, and I dislike getting around. I dislike it so much. That place gives me anxiety, bro. The only way I would live there is because I have so many friends there. It's the only thing that would drive me to want to live there, and that would be super fun. Well, other than that, man.
Bro. I love LA, bro. The weather's so nice, dude. That's all I care about.
Dude, I'll put on a jacket and hop in my car and drive to Target in 4 minutes.
What's the weather in New York right now?
Cold as fuck, John.
See, that's not even a fucking temperature. You just said cold as fuck.
Because it's just like you don't need to know. You need a heavy.
I'm gonna put my phone up to the screen. It's 19 right now where I'm at.
Right. So the traffic's bad in Los Angeles and it's 19 where you're at. You take the fucking trade off. It's fucking freezing.
I mean, I'll put on some drip, bro. When it's like 19 outside, you can be pretty dripped out. You feel me? And then like when it's like 35.
Why are you even outside? Why do you go outside? There's no reason to go outside in that weather.
Hey, you don't need to take steps. Come on, bro.
Sit your ass inside, do some jumping jacks, some push-ups, call it a day.
Well, happy holidays, everybody. Let's all the bullshit of the 2010s, we'll just leave it in the 10s, and going into the 20s, we'll have a fantastic year. It's a new decade coming up, dude. New decade, COD franchising. This is good times.
Yo, I'm excited for franchising, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I'm hella excited for the league to get started, for sure.
I know,
dude. It's time to get to work. I feel like the offseason's been mad long. It's time to get back to work. Like, sitting around doing nothing all the time.
I got a little dose of work. Being on camera for the Cold Ball, and it just felt right. It just felt good. I was like, I can't wait to like talk over some games. God willing, if I'm doing that.
Shroud doing that. I know that's like that's what everyone talks about from that whole experience, is that one Shroud clip.
Yeah,
that was fucking.
Oh yeah,
nuts.
that was insane.
He was,
yeah, was nuts.
I've never seen. If you guys played on PC, you'd all be fucked. You'd all be fucked. If there was even like 3 Shrouds, you're out of commission, dude.
Wait, I lost fucking full. I played that guy in a 2v2 gunfight in that Code Red live shot. I literally lost full, bro. Lost fucking full. I was watching kill cams and shit. I was like, look at this guy.
Yeah.
Like, he wasn't even looking my direction.
Yeah, bro. He just blinked.
Should we move into the topics? Or?
I think, first thing first, and you just came with some big news.
Oh yeah, let me turn Zoom up a bit. Yeah, no, it's been wild, dude.
So what happened with that?
You found out who your father is?
Yeah,
and brothers.
So, eventually I'll be able, once everything like actually finally settles in and all the information is there, I'll be able to give a full synopsis and everything. But I'll give you guys like kind of what's going on a little bit right now, and this is basically how it happened. So I did a DNA test years ago through Ancestry. I'd say like 6 years ago now. Like it was a while ago, right? Because I wanted to know what I was. Like I grew up with like my Italian side of the family, and they're Italian and Polish and stuff like that. I grew up with that side, and I never knew my dad. And there's some reasons behind that. We won't go into a lot of that stuff. But long story short, through DNA testing, through Ancestry, they can match you with other people who do DNA testing, right? So somebody else out here, like near me in Columbus, actually did it, and they're like my second or third cousin. But like Arab families stay super close. Like they stay super close, and they know everybody. So she actually thought that I was like part of their family somehow. But she talked to her aunt, and I gave her the minimal amount of information about my dad that I knew through the grapevine of what I heard from my uncles and stuff. And it was super small amount of information. It was like a first name and like where he possibly worked. That's the only thing I've ever known about him, that our family knew about him. So I gave that information to her, and like it was a little weird at first because like she was messaging me a lot, and I didn't know where it was gonna go because I never even sought out to look because I had no like even place to start. And then she comes back, she goes, "We may have found your family." I'm like, "What?" So she gives the number to my uncle, and he calls me, and I tell him my mom's name, and he's like, "Oh yeah," he's like, "Yeah," he's like, "Yeah, that's probably." And then they talk. He talks to my dad about it, and he's like, "Yep." And then I was just on group FaceTime with like 2 of my brothers. I have like 3 brothers, or 4 brothers actually. Dude, it's been insane.
That's
it's like
crazy.
I'm gonna go out there to see them, and it's just wild. Like we were on FaceTime, so I was talking to them on the phone. I had like 30 phone calls in the last 2 days, just talking about everything. And he's like, "I'm gonna FaceTime you." And I'm like, "Okay." And he goes, "Actually, my little brother's calling me. I want to make a group FaceTime." So like, one's 25, which is my age. One's 22. The other one's 30. One of them's 7. They FaceTime me, and they're like, "What the fuck? You look just like us." And I was like, "What the fuck?" And you know me, like I'm talking to them like, "Yo, this is fucking lit, dude. We gotta link up and chill." And they're like, "This motherfucker talks like us." It was so funny, dude. And
wait, so what's going? Are you gonna hang out with him now? Like when are you gonna meet him?
So they wanted me to come out this Saturday, but I got something going on. So I think I'm gonna. And they're like, "Yo, we want to get your flight. Like, we want you to stay with us. Like, we want you to meet everybody and stuff like that." So it's just been crazy. And so I don't want to say names. It's really hard for me to say names. But my little brother, the one that's 22, he was like, "Yo, man," he's like, through like, social media research, like we all found your stuff. And he's like, "Dude," he's like, "I'm like a big fan of like Dr. Disrespect and all these people." He's like, "You were like talking over him last weekend." I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "I know who he is, like made shot and all that shit." I was like, "What the hell?" I was like, "So this whole time, like you've been following
That's
that
insane.
and you like, and I was your brother." It's just so crazy that he knew like about esports and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it makes sense though, because we're all like the same type of age, and a lot of people our age know about this shit. So it's just like super fucking weird that this started with like a third cousin who had an aunt who somehow knew somebody by the name of that I knew of my dad in Chicago that owned a store where I thought that he owned the store, and located them, and my uncle knew him, and it's just a crazy ass story. And whenever we're able to get everything in order and tell that story, it'll be really cool.
That's amazing.
That's
bro.
insane, bro.
I'm excited.
Holiday miracles, bro. They happen all the time. What do you know?
Yeah.
Bro, when you meet him for the first time, that's just gonna hit you, bro.
Yeah, it hasn't hit me. Like I haven't cried or anything like that. And even on the phone, I was telling them, I was like, hey man, like this is a blessing. Like I have no bitterness or anything towards anything. I know that he didn't know I existed and stuff like that. And it's it's a weird discussion. Like because you just don't know what people's motives and stuff are. So I had to let them know, like like I'm doing all right. I just want to meet you guys. And they were like, yeah man, we want you out here. We'll get you a flight. And I was like, I'll get my flight. And they're like, no, we are getting your flight. I was like, all right, I'll go.
Wait, do they know who you are?
Crazy.
Yeah,
like I'm successful. I get my own flight.
Wait, bro. The reason I said that is because I don't know if you guys knew, but when I went to when we won that Gfinity event against Optic, that was the first time I seen my dad in like 7 years. So like when I knew when I was gonna see him, I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna.
Gfinity win? When was this?
In AW.
I remember this, dude.
That was the first time, and I remember like in the plane, I was telling like Ian and everybody, I was like, yo, like I'm a fucking grown man, I ain't gonna cry, like come on, man, like shit like that, bro. The minute I saw him and like saw his face and like saw him tearing up like that, I couldn't like hold it back, like it was impossible.
Well, it's different.
Bro.
You knew him prior to that, right? I didn't know my.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I don't know any of these
but
guys.
It's still crazy.
But it is very weird, like when we're on FaceTime and just like we're like it was so weird. It was like a surreal feeling. I don't even know how to explain it, dude. You're like looking into the camera, you're like, whoa, this motherfucker's most likely my brother. Obviously, I'm gonna make sure we do like actual like DNA testing with them as well. But it's just fucking insane.
That's
to me,
insane, bro.
I know you probably don't want to show the stream the pictures or whatever, but I saw them. They look the same, bro.
Wait.
You like the same.
Am I gonna see
that
four
like
Nameless
Spider-Man meme where they all point at each other? That's like.
Yo, they're all. I ain't gonna lie.
If I see that shit.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought I was pretty dripped out, bro. These fools are way more dripped out than I am. When we take a squad photo, it's about to look legit, bro. It's about to be legit.
That's fucking crazy, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Fuck?
Yeah, man.
I've never heard a story like that ever.
It's pretty mind blowing. It's like an ancestry success story. I had people tweet me. It was fucking hilarious. Because the tweet went kind of big, like a lot of favorites. So a lot of people saw it, and I got a bunch of people tweeting like, "You sent your fucking DNA in? What's wrong with you? Like the government's gonna clone you? All this shit." I'm like, what?
Come on.
And this guy was like, I've always thought about doing it, but I don't want the government to have my DNA. And I was reading, I'm like, why the fuck would the government want your DNA? You like work at Starbucks.
They don't give a fuck.
You work at Starbucks.
You work at Starbucks. I like Starbucks.
I do too, but what are they gonna like clone a ton of baristas? Like we don't need, we don't need like that guy that's just pulling a little bit too far out at the fucking red light. Like we don't need any more of you.
Yeah, literally.
The government's gonna clone you. Now that's something I would never worry about.
Yeah, I was like, okay, clone me. Go
I'm
ahead.
that guy.
Yeah,
I wish there was two of me.
Yo, deadass. Yo, Aunt does gotta go on Ellen. That would be crazy, bro. Gotta go on Ellen. We gotta get you. Yeah, I'm gonna submit an application for you. Actually, I'm gonna go on our website.
Well, that would be lit, dude. But anyways, yeah, that's a small synopsis of the story. So I've been in a pretty good mood. But yeah, let's talk about you though, Tommy. Let's move into.
We're here with Tommy.
Yeah, whatever you need. Let me sit up a little bit.
First of all, how's New York, man? I know you've been in that area for a long time in your life, but how's the move to the new place? The room looks great.
Yeah, I still need like some shit. The walls are like empty, you know what I'm saying? But I got everything like settled in. I'm good to go. I got a lot of family and friends. I got so many of my friends from high school live in the city. So like I'm in contact with them all the time, and I be talking to them and shit. It's just cool to be so close to family and friends, really.
I know that's where you wanted to end up. You wanted to end up on New York. So like during the off season, I know you were talking to multiple teams because you have to. How did you ensure that you were gonna end up on New York? Like, because I know your mom. I remember being in a call with you, and your mom was like, "He's got to be on New York. I can't lose him. He's got to stay here."
Yeah, she really wanted me to go to New York, but it was crazy. Like after the Black Ops 4 season ended, it happened. Everybody was like, "Do you need an agent? Like, should you get an agent? Should you do this?" And I was like, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I was like, I'd do that shit myself. I don't need an agent. So I started negotiating with people, and then like after like a month, I was like, "Yo, I need a fucking agent. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing."
I went out. Fuck that.
Yeah, bro. So I went out, got an agent. Told them my plans, and base now we're here, bro. I got a great team too.
So for you, was the transition from FaZe to where you are now like pretty smooth?
It was like weird, like really awkward. Like I was on FaZe for like 5 years, so like just time. like they tweeted, like they made a video of me, and it was like farewell FaZe Zoomaa, and it was just like looked like I died, bro. Like it looked like I fucking died. Like I'm still here. Yeah, like I'm still here. You know what I'm saying? And then I like FaZe uploaded the thing, and then some people like on the FaZe comments are like, obviously it has like a shit ton of views because it's on the FaZe Clan channel. People are like, who the fuck is this guy? Yeah. I'm like, bro, I've been here for like 5 years. Like,
that's saying something about FaZe, man. What are y'all doing out there? Support the pros.
Yeah, I mean, you know how eventually with FaZe, like once they got so big and like the streetwear and the other stuff, like they focus in other things, but they treated us well. So
yeah, they had a lot on their plate. Yeah, but
they do.
You're a big part of it, man. That's a big part of your history. You getting a FaZe tat or what?
I might. Yeah, I almost got one when I was on the fucking team. Believe it or not, I was talking to Tommy about it. And speaking about the FaZe guys, I still talk to all of them. Like I'm close with the FaZe guys. I still talk to them, and I don't know, potentially, I might be back.
Yeah. So were you? Damn, already.
You never know.
Yo,
you get a one match under your belt off FaZe before you going back.
No, not ATL FaZe. I mean, like, like in the future, like when I'm like older, like
when you're creating content.
Yeah.
So,
New York is where New York is where I want to be. The whole franchise. I am from here. Like I have so many people here. Like I want to stay here, but who knows what the fuck's gonna happen? You know what I'm saying?
So did you contact Dylan? Did you contact Attach before this all started and decide that you guys want a team, or did it just work out that you guys came back together after being apart for like how?
We talked a little bit. Obviously, like me and Dylan are friends. Like we talked a bit, but I was talking to everybody. I said, "You want a team? You want a team?" I'll team with everybody, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I was talking to everybody, but obviously, like I've won with Dylan. Like I know what Dylan brings to the table. So I was like, I definitely want to play with Dylan again. And after I stopped playing with Dylan, I low-key kind of missed Dylan, bro. Like when he moved, that made that EG move. Like obviously, I think the split was good for like a few months. I think we needed that, something fresh. But I just miss playing with him. So it's cool to be playing with him now.
Yeah. So I know like you kind of wanted to stay with FaZe if they got a franchise spot. How did you feel like when FaZe got a spot and they were still named FaZe?
Oh, I knew they were getting a spot. I didn't know they would still be named FaZe. That's where it was really crazy.
Off, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that really threw me off because I didn't think that was allowed. Like people, they obviously it's not. They found loopholes around it for sure.
Yeah, they're like FaZe, and then the real team's FaZe Clan.
There's FaZe Clan, which no one has ever said FaZe Clan in like 20 years.
Yeah. But I actually speaking about that, I actually didn't know they were getting a spot for a long ass time, like a long ass fucking time. And even if they got that spot in Atlanta, I still don't know what I would have done because New York still might have been my number one. I don't know. It's just, I needed to know more at the time, but they weren't talking to me. They were being really quiet, and when something's sketchy going on, like when something's happening.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like,
I'm confused. And then obviously, to you because they. I feel like they would want like the staple of FaZe and COD on their team.
Well, that's another thing is FaZe. I don't think FaZe had a lot of input on the team, but I could be wrong. But when I saw the team, dude, I was like, they have a good team, bro. Like I'm not gonna like sit here and be like, like fuck those guys. Yeah, I'm friends with everybody. Like,
do they they don't really have a team. You didn't spend much time with a lot of that team, right? Like a little time with Cell and a little time with some time with Priesta, right?
Yeah.
In general, not that much time with the actual players on the team.
Well, I was with Preston for a long time. We teamed for like
a year and a half.
Yeah, we teamed for like over a year, which is kind of a lot. Like it's
I just don't associate
him at the very beginning of World War II
with FaZe.
Yeah.
When I think FaZe, I think Zoomaa and Attach. Like that's what I think. So it's just weird that their strategy.
I always throw Enable in there in my head when I think about.
Well,
see, they just teamed for so long together.
When I talked to FaZe about the franchise stuff, like they told me, like, listen, you're our guy. Like we want to put you on the team. We want to do this, blah blah blah. And then as it started going on, that started dwindling away, and they started saying stuff like, I don't know if we'll have control. I don't know if we're gonna do this. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? They start making other shit up, which they might not even be making up. I don't know what's true. I don't give a fuck, to be honest. So I'm just
people
doing my thing.
they want you to hear.
Well, yeah, people tell you what they want to hear. Yeah, exactly. And I see right after like so long of being like in the scene and seeing how things work and talking to people, you know when something's real and when something's not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So it's whatever. It happened. They have a great team. I'm friends with everybody. And
fugaze.
Yeah, it's fucking fugaze. It's a bunch of fucking fugaze. What are you gonna do?
So how the subliners treating you, man? How this team form? Like,
and how the
team
smooth? Form? Yeah.
Well, the team kind of formed. I think so. At first, with New York, like Lamar was like one of the first people to sign, so he wasn't like under contract or anything. He was like a free agent. New York picked him up quick.
Yeah.
So then obviously New York was basically Lamar, Bobble, just coming up with a bunch of players, and they went from there. I think they started with like obviously Lamar was talking to Dylan a lot. They're really close. They picked him up. I was talking to Lamar and Dylan, so that's basically how it happened. It just all happened really fast. And then Donnie was tough because we were trying to get him from Splice or wherever the hell he was, and they were being fucking fugazi. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it makes sense. They didn't want to let him go, right? From Splice. Is that what it was? They wanted to sign Donnie, or they were asking a too high a price for Donnie? Like,
no, I don't know. I honestly don't know much of the story, but yeah, we got him, and that's all I really get. Yeah, we got him, baby.
I was surprised that Splice let him go, to be honest.
Yeah, because that Ultra team is like underwhelming. If they had Donnie,
on paper, like I don't know how it's gonna be like when it turns out. They could be good. Who knows? It's Modern Warfare, like post up. I don't know.
Yeah, I think a lot of people like. I'm pretty sure Splice was even giving Donnie like a bad rep, like about his attitude and shit, but. I've been playing with Donnie so far, and to me, he just seems like somebody who's like really passionate and really wants to win. And obviously, he's still trying to get that first dub. So like, I don't know. I respect like his passion and him like trying to win. Like I don't see him with a bad attitude at all, in my opinion. Yeah. So that shit caught me off guard. But I didn't team with him in the bad.
You haven't played a tournament yet, so slow your roll. You haven't played a weekend yet.
It's true.
After Minnesota,
lost yet.
After Minnesota, he might be at your neck, Tommy. You don't block that
I might be in fucking LA Gorillas.
His neck. You know, you never got a chip before.
Yeah, I might be traded. You know?
Oh shit. If you got traded, where would you?
Wait.
If you got traded, where would you be?
Where's the worst place for you to go if you got traded? The number one spot you wouldn't go.
Traded and you just go, fuck this.
Honestly,
you
I don't.
Banks on the phone. He said, "Fuck it, I'm coming back."
Like I know, and don't give me the fucking like PR. Like I'll be blessed to play on any team. Who the hell do you not want to go play? Like your status.
You want me to be honest, bro?
Yeah, 100%, bro.
Paris, bro. I ain't going to fucking Paris. Like, wait, I don't want to go to Paris, man.
So is it Paris? Like, you don't want to be in Paris, or is it like the team and being in Paris?
Well, I talked to the guy at Paris. He's a good guy, nice guy.
Yeah.
He was more on picking up like European type players. Like when I was talking to him, like he was like, so like I'm gonna go team over there. They don't even speak fucking English. So like I don't want a team there.
I'm pretty sure Europeans speak English, bro. Zed speaks English.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yo, there was a running meme in the community last year.
You're right.
That Brezzy didn't speak English, and the whole time I walked to Brezzy, I'm like, why do people think you can't speak English? He's like, I don't know, I speak fluent, dude.
Bro, deadass, I heard players don't know how to speak English.
Other than Paris, who else? Dude, their team's like Kismet and like they all speak English.
Luca, Australians, like they.
I mean, bro, I'm not like.
I mean, you might understand what a sick cunt is, but I mean,
I don't really. I honestly
you can't say that in America. You know, you can't be calling people cunts.
You told me like you said not to say like I'm fine with any team, but if I had to pick like top two, it'd be New York or LA, obviously. Like I would like to be in LA. Would be really cool.
You and Pat might be the duo.
You think so? You think we're gonna meet up?
Wait, this guy. Somebody in the chat goes, "Codcast scripted. It's not scripted at all, fool. What you talking about?
How
coming right at your neck, Enterix. I'm looking at your message right now, dude. Sorry, I had to call that out. But yeah, you and Patty P would be diabolical, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know, man. We almost teamed once.
Well, they just started scrimming, by the way. Too.
Was that like Ghost? It had to be Ghost.
In Ghost, yeah.
It had to be Ghost.
In Ghost.
Yeah, no way you went out of your way to team with him in jetpacks. No
it was interesting.
Oh my god.
Him and Teep.
How was the rest of the squad like getting used to New York? So you're from the area basically, but what about like Dylan and Lamar? They're from the West Coast. Where's 70 degrees?
Yeah, I mean, they seem like they're all right. I mean, they obviously they got their Tims, you know, they got their big ass jacket.
Oh yeah, dude. Let me pull these out the closet. I got some Tims.
You got some too?
These are fire, bro.
Absolutely. Tims are fucking dope. I got a pair too.
What kind you got? The black suede?
Yeah, the black suede. How'd you know, bro? Oh, you said I'd be posting pictures in them.
Dude, I fucked up when I got these. I mean, I ordered 11.5, which is my size, and they're goddamn massive, so I had to order another size lower.
Yeah, people go have size down in Tims, but I kind of like mine bigger, to be honest. So I don't mind mine.
Yeah, dude.
I got you, Albini. Let me ask him a different form of that question. So Tommy, what was when you were on FaZe? What was your favorite moment winning? Like, what was the tournament you look back on and like of all the tournaments you guys won?
Gfinity, bro. Yeah, just because my dad was there, bro. Like I haven't seen my dad in 7 years. 7 years, and we were
in front of him.
And you gotta remember how we won too. In grand finals, we were down like 3-1 to Optic in a best of 7. We literally came back.
That was the comeback.
Yeah, we came back, won that shit, and then beat them in another best of 7. Bro, I couldn't even open my eyes like anymore when we were done with the fucking series. Like I was so tired, and fucking that was crazy because when I looked in the crowd, and plus it wasn't just my dad. Tommy was there, Ricky was there, fucking all the FaZe guys were there in fucking Europe. It was sick. It was fucking sick.
So going into I mean that's great, man. So going into next year, are you excited about all this travel, going to all these places?
Yeah, I'm excited.
Is it gonna be great? Like with all your teammates, and then you got who's traveling with you guys? Revan and JP.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody's traveling with us, and maybe one of the subs, right? The subs got to travel with us too, no?
I think that's one of the rules of the league. That one sub has to travel with the team.
Yeah, Suda or Doug. I don't know.
Man,
one of them.
That would be tragic, being a sub and flying everywhere to just spectate cheerlead.
I mean, everything's paid for, bro. Like you get to see the world, you know.
It's definitely gonna be Suda.
Do you get to see the world?
I think now we will, I think now we will because we literally go there for like 3-4 days, and we only play like a series.
Yeah.
That you know what, Tommy? That's actually true. Usually you go and you sit in a dark room for 3 days.
Yeah.
So like,
that's what I'm saying.
When you tell people you travel all the time, they're like, "Dang, how was Paris?" You're like, "I don't know. I went across the street to the venue.
I drove past the Eiffel Tower. That shit was lit, but then I went to the convention center.
Literally. So I'm gonna be, you know, and then another thing, we don't have like a setup. Right, we're gonna have nothing to do. So I'm getting faded. I'm going to the casino. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what we're gonna do.
The subway.
Wow, New York must be paying well. Sheesh.
I mean, that's what everybody does. On Sunday night.
How's it been with how the Scrims been? You know, having all these like new assets, like having JP who just provides you immense amount of stats, having Revenue's obviously a great coach, and then I know you guys are scrimming 3 times a day right now, and it's on like a super strict schedule. I saw Clay tweet out like an Excel spreadsheet of like his next week full of scrims, so it seems like practice has gotten a lot more efficient. So I just want to know kind of how your guys' scrims been and your process of getting better.
Yeah, we've been like super productive, and that's one thing I can't complain about at all with like our team is like we'll go through arguments sometimes, or we'll have good vibes, whatever. Like we'll have bad days, good days, but we're like as long as like everybody's on the same page and everybody's trying to win, which we usually are. Like we have pretty productive practices, which I can't complain. I like it. So shout out to the squad, man.
So who's been your biggest comp, man? How do you guys feel like you're stacking up? Like, do you think you're living up to how good you guys thought you were gonna be when you formed the squad?
I think we're definitely top 4, depending on like I think.
What do we put them at in our predictions?
We had them top 6.
I had them 4th.
I don't remember. I think we had them up there. I don't remember exactly.
So like with like it depends. Like when we play Dallas and Atlanta, those are like the 2 teams that were like okay, like these guys are fucking good. Like we're like those are like the 2 teams where I think they're definitely ahead of us when we play them. But it's not like we don't take maps off of them either. Like we play them pretty good or pretty close. But yeah, like we play pretty competitively. And then with everybody else, we're either winning the scrim or we're splitting maps. So like, and like you just by playing, like you just know how good a team is. So I would definitely put us top 4 in my opinion. I mean, I think we're pretty good, but I'm sure everybody thinks they're pretty fucking good. You know what I'm saying?
So the patch hit today. So did you guys scrim today? First off.
Yeah, we scrimmed.
Okay, so. What do you think of the difference of the game after the patch?
It was definitely different. I'll tell you that. Like the spawns, like when we played the first map, I think we played like Hackney Hardpoint. That shit was throwing me off. Like there is definitely some weird spawns going on, but we're still trying to learn them now. I mean, I'm still trying to learn them. They were a little bit different. Some maps were the same. Like I didn't notice a difference on like Petro and like a couple other maps, but I mean the spawns they're definitely something we gotta learn again. You know what I'm saying?
Did it feel better? Like. Or you just can't even answer.
I mean,
or is it? They scrimmed one day, right? So
yeah, one day. I mean, it didn't. I guess, but Donnie was saying that it felt a lot better. Like the team was saying they were better. So I mean, they were fine. I guess.
What about the footsteps? What was it like? The proximity of the footsteps was nerfed or whatever today.
I didn't notice that.
Or you were still Soundhorn people, right?
I bumped my shit, bro. I don't give a fuck no more, bro. I'm cracking open doors. I'm
says
corners.
Increased occlusion on footsteps. Adjusted variation.
What the hell does occlusion mean?
I don't know.
What the hell does occlusion mean, bro? They increased occlusion.
Yeah, that's what it says.
I'm pretty smart, bro. I'm pretty
occlusion
smart.
Means
I read
the
books.
blockage or closing of a hollow or. Okay, that's clear now. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Occlusion. That's some bullshit.
Yeah. Wait. What is? Wait. I'm
They're
actually
trying to trick us.
It says footsteps reduce audible range of third-person footsteps. Increased occlusion on footsteps. I don't know what occlusion means. I'll be honest. Adjusted various Foley sounds that played at a larger range of footsteps during ADS. Okay, they're really just talking over our heads.
It's a bunch of
Foley. What the fuck is
what
is a Foley? What the fuck is a Foley sound? Just tell me. Turn global sound down or turn global sound up. I don't know what this means.
Quit it with the fucking occlusion, eh? You fucking
general occlusion adjustments.
That word is too big for me, brother. You know what I'm saying? Hey, use some smaller fucking words, please.
Can somebody in the chat?
With all due respect.
I'm gonna post this in the chat. Can somebody tell us the fuck this means? I put it in the chat.
Range.
I'm so confused.
That's way too. I don't even want to read that. It's too long.
Yeah, I'm not reading that shit, bro. I'm not reading that shit. I'll play a game for a day and see what the hell changed.
But yeah.
So what about your team? So I know that there's some debate between professional teams and whether whether they like Dom or CTF. What is your personal opinion on what you'd rather play in this game?
I think we should play CTF. I think if they made like a little I still think CTF needs some tweaks on some maps, but I think it just plays better. Like I feel like domination can just be really random sometimes, you know.
So you guys are scrimming everything, right?
Yeah. We haven't scrimmed CTF. It's weird. Like some days we'll play a team in CTF and some days we'll play Dom. Like I don't know what the fuck we're doing, but recently it's just been Dom.
Yeah.
Just Dom. But I definitely do think CTF is what we should be playing. But I don't know. I heard that there was a vote.
Why?
I just think it's more. I just think it's more consistent. Like I feel like there's just there's a right way to play CTF where I feel like in Dom it's just like I don't know. It just feels a little hectic right now. But
what respawn delay?
They both suck. What
respawn delay are y'all running in CTF?
I'm pretty sure it's 5, right?
Okay.
5 or 7.
I don't fucking know.
Actually, no. It might be 7. I think it's 7. Bro, we didn't play. We didn't. No, it's 7. I think it's like 7 or some shit. I don't know. We didn't play it that much. Like we played it for like a couple days, like 2-3 days, and it felt good to me. But there wasn't many maps. Like I think Hackney was good. Or no, not Hackney. Gunrunner. Gunrunner was like really good, and then the other maps are kind of weird.
What do you think the good Dom maps are? Like
the good Dom maps, I think.
No, keep it. You laugh.
I think Gunrunner is really good.
Okay.
I think Gunrunner's like one of my favorites, just because everybody's at all times. What else? What else we got? I think Petrograd is horrible.
I agree with that.
There's just too many. There's people everywhere. I mean, bro, even when we have a 2-cap, like I just sit in the top of the fucking building and bump my headset up, and I'm good to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, like it's just like I don't know.
There's a lot of windows and corners to play.
Yeah. There's a lot going on. And then Hackney. So at first I was like, fuck Hackney, bro. People are spawning here. But now I know, like, I knew like all the spawns. Like now I got to the point where I just know where everybody's at. So like,
you've evolved.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are like, yeah, I mean, yeah, a lot of people say spawns are shit, which they are. Like they're not the best, but you can still predict spawns. Like you still know where people are coming from. At least I do. Like
there's been a few people who have seemed like they've given up on the spawns. Like Slasher and Mox, like they're like the dynamic duo, bro. Like they are not gonna settle to the spawns.
So
make sense.
It's just two metal boot players. You know what I mean? They just never learn the spawns. They don't really move around.
Like for instance, on
there are some questionable proximity spawns, dude. That needs to just get taken out. Did it feel like that was gone today, Tommy? Like the proximity spawn?
No, I was spawning. I was spawning in front of people, bro. Dude, I spawned in front of some. I didn't even say nothing to my team. I say, yeah, it's right side.
Do you guys think that just got simply removed immediately? Like if they just took that out, immediately the game would get better?
The squad spawning?
Yeah.
But is there another spawn? That means they'd have to create another spawn system in the game,
Just
and
use
I'm
all
not
the
sure. I don't know
default-
enough about coding and how this
Yeah,
shit
me
that
neither.
Shit's
works. That
probably
seems
hard
pretty
as
difficult.
fuck. It's chalk,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, you guys just have to roll the
Fuck.
punches, bro. Fuck, breaking down this game's about to be a nightmare, bro.
No, it really isn't that bad though. Like you know, like at least when I watch like film and shit, like I'll go back and obviously Bobble gives us every map. Like I watch it and like I pretty much know like all the spawns. Like they're
So,
pretty consistent, but there's a lot like
translation.
random shit happens.
Translation
A
for
lot.
people in the chat. If Tommy fully understands spawns at this point of the game,
You're
then
fucking
I,
ass.
then I will never understand the spawns because the way Tommy's mind works, a little cuckoo up there in his head. So if he understands spawns, that means they
Wait,
are
Tommy, are you
fucked
still
up.
flanking this game? Can you flank?
Can I flank?
Can you flank?
Yeah, I can flank. What do you out of your mind?
How the fuck you
Definitely
flanking? They can fucking hear you.
Listen, what? I got dead silence, John. A lot. You get it a lot. I got tune-up. I'm running tune-up. You know what I'm saying? We're good. Watch your
Yeah.
back.
Yes,
I'm not worried about
coaches
it
are in
anymore.
every scrim, of course.
What
Wait,
happened?
what? Our coaches in every scrim?
Yeah.
That's a stupid question. Sweet.
Wait,
But are you- you're-
actually flanking is really good in this
Are
game.
you enjoying yourself, Tommy? Are you enjoying it? A lot of people haven't been enjoying the game. Are you enjoying
See,
playing?
I actually, yes, I have a lot of fun actually
It's
when
good
I
to
get
hear
on
a
every day.
positive viewpoint.
Yeah, I mean, I've said that. I've actually said that for a while now. Like, I actually have fun, like, getting on and practicing. But it's got to be competitive. I can't play pubs. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't do that shit.
Yeah.
But if we're gonna get on and scrim and go harder, play like yesterday, I was trying to play tens and like nobody wanted to play. Like, I wanted to play. I had to turn my stream on. I tweet out tens. Nobody, bro. Everybody went away.
Has there been a single 10 series like for pros?
There was one yesterday, and I was like, "Oh shit, people are playing tens now." And then the next day, people were making a list again, and there was like 15 people on a list. I turned my stream on, whatever, and then I get on, and everybody dipped. Like the whole call just dropped.
Yeah.
And
feel
I was like,
it'd be
alright,
weird
fuck.
playing 10
They just left. Ah,
He
fuck
just
that.
left. He just fucking left.
in the middle of the
So,
series. You guys put up cash?
Nah, no way, right?
No, because we're not allowed.
All right.
yeah.
So speaking of that, you were just at the. I'm guessing you learned that this last week at the Player Summit, right? Is there
Yeah.
anything that you learned there that you're allowed to share with us? Like,
Wait,
how
did
did
you
that
just
go?
drop that? Is that confirmed? You're not allowed to play 10s?
Well, I think
You
it's
just
like a. I think
just
it's like a
dropped it.
I think it's like a gambling thing.
They're not
Like,
allowed to play money tens.
yeah, like
Damn.
it's certain things like that. I mean,
How's that going over in the community? Pro community?
I mean, bro, we'll just play regular tens. You know what I'm saying? It's not that big of a deal, in my opinion.
A lot of
But-
people were hating it, I feel like.
I mean, I'm not
Wait,
sure how
so
much I
if
can.
you're
I
not
can
allowed to
talk.
play money tens. Are you allowed to play
Wagers? I don't think so.
wagers?
That's to be determined. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to say a bunch of bullshit because I don't know
Alright, don't wanna
exactly
get you in
what's happening.
He doesn't want to blow the whistle.
Yeah. I
Get
mean,
out of it.
I just don't know. I don't know what's going on yet. But that is a thing. Wagers was like a huge issue because we were talking about streams and stuff and this and that. So we'll see what happens with that. But they were definitely super supportive. Like they're trying to help us. Like they're trying to find ways to help us. Like they were listening to us, and that's all we can ask for.
Do you feel like you gained a better understanding of how next year is going to go, the next couple years is going to go, and, you know, just everything that you're about to be involved with at the summit? Like, did you feel like you came out of there satisfied and all the questions that you had were answered?
I think the most of the like complaints were just about the game. I feel like that's like the main thing, and that's not like, is that really them?
No,
you know, like it's
to an extent.
I mean, that's
You know,
mostly the.
to an
I feel like
extent,
that's the
yeah.
studio that
Yeah, it's the
develops
studio.
the game. That's not really the league that
Yeah.
you guys play for, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So it's like, I mean, dude, I signed the meetings. Everything sounded good to me. Like,
Yeah,
you know, we're getting paid good money to play a video game. So
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I'm like, dude, I'm sitting in LA.
At the
fucking
end of the
chilling.
day, with all the complaining that everyone does, life's pretty good. Like you
Life's
sit
good.
around,
Life's great,
you
bro.
sit around and scrim hardpoint all day. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
Could be worse.
dude, like, I don't complain about anything. But the game, obviously, people's main complaint was just the game. Like, they want to get certain things changed in the game.
Did it get hostile at any point about the game in the summit?
Yeah, it got hot. It definitely got a little, you know, shit was firing up in there.
How
you know what
many
I'm
people? How many people were there? They split you guys into groups, right?
Yeah, so it was obviously every team, and then they just split us in half. There was one, like, session 1, session 2.
Who was in your group?
We had like LA Gorillas. That was good because we had Pat. Pat
Was
was
he
going
popping
hard.
off? He was going
Yeah,
hard.
of course, bro. Of course he was popping off. This
I
guy's,
wish I was
guy's
there.
crazy. And then I forgot who we had Florida. Yeah, I know Dallas. Oh, we had Atlanta too. I know Dallas, Chicago, and
Oh, so you guys are the squad. So you guys met with like all
No, they were in
the,
the other group.
you met with like all the big people, all the execs and stuff in the CDL, right? They all talked to you guys.
Yeah, they were cool.
So you feel good about it? I mean, I did one too, and I felt great about it. It told me a lot of information, kind of eased my mind.
I mean, I think for me, or like what I've been saying is like I feel like the first year is kind of just like we don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. It's the first year, you know. So there might be like a lot of slip ups in the first year, even with the events and stuff like that. So me personally, I'm not gonna judge this shit off the first year. Like I'm excited for the franchising stuff. I can't wait to get all this stuff going.
Same.
But it's like new. It's brand new. Like we
Yeah.
are literally the first people to be doing this shit. So
Overwatch
like,
didn't do it like this either. I mean, they did it out of a studio.
Nah.
Like we're actually going on
Yeah.
a road show. Like this is some shit that has not been done in esports. Like yet.
Yeah.
Like, we're actually going on a tour. It's risky, and you know, if anybody's gonna do it, it's gonna be Activision. So I just hope that we fill these stadiums, and it's fucking awesome. How have ticket sales gone for his subliners? Do you know anything about that yet? Like, have you guys started selling tickets?
How the hell
Absolutely
would
not.
you know how ticket sales are,
Yeah,
bro?
I don't know.
Clay seems pretty fucking connected with Empire. You saw him tweeting.
Wait,
out
Clay
and
just tweeting shit out like
I
Clay
mean,
does.
I'm sure I can figure it out. Like I'm sure I can.
New York's
DM
gonna
at,
be
like,
lit. There's so many gamers out there. It's gotta be lit. Like NJ.
I think it's gonna be dope. Yeah, I feel like the East Coast scene, like New Jersey, New York, like we got like even Philly, like New Jersey, New York, Philly, like we got like a lot of COD players, like a lot of people that like COD. So
Yeah.
it should be cool. And it's like the first we never had an event in COD in New York ever.
This guy
Literally
says,
ever.
in the chat says you can't launch a $300 million league and have a bad first year, and I don't think I agree with that at all. Like, can you remember the first year of any league that you like? Like,
Yeah.
no.
I mean, I don't think it's gonna be bad either.
It'll be bad at all.
But it's a growing process for everyone, and also to get new fans on board, you need time. It takes time. I don't think it's possible for everyone to expect a great beginning. Like it's just kind of like it's unrealistic. There's something brand new.
Did you guys see what
Growing
London?
pains to everything.
Yeah.
Did you guys see what London announced today about their like challengers competition? It's like 32 team bracket, and like it's realistically it's just like the first 32 people to buy a team pass for the AMs get to play in it. That's a little weird, right? Like I feel like they should do like like they should do like a online qualifier, and then like I think there's just multiple different ways they could have done this. I think it's one of like the worst ways they could have did it. But it's just weird. Like whoever just clicks faster gets a team pass to play in it.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
That's
so
a thing?
yeah, so
You gotta repeat that. That is the worst. So if I got godlike internet and I click faster, I'm in?
Yeah, team passes for the London Royal Ravens Home Series Challengers competition go on sale tomorrow at 2 p.m. GMT. And it's a 32-team bracket and compete in the European Amateur Tournament this season. I'll click the link and show you guys. But basically, it's like whoever clicks that link first and gets a ticket, like, is there. But, like, and the way they're doing it is, like, it's not like normal pro points. But what's weird about it is, like, only the top two get pro points or something like that. So it doesn't really affect it unless you're top two. But what's weird about it is, like, if you're local to London and, like, that's the one you can go to, like, that's, like, weird. If you don't get a pass, or two, like, you don't get top two, it just kind of, like, fucks you. It's just weird.
Yeah.
It's a bit weird.
That is weird. That's super weird.
I feel like it would have been better, like, if they wanted to limit to 32, like, do an online tournament, and then, like, even if they just make it, like, the top 32 get priority to buy a pass, like, 3-minute priority or something like, you know what I mean? There's just different ways they could have done it. I don't know. It's just weird the way that they did it.
If you ever make a system like that, what's gonna happen is, if even me, I might go in there and click that motherfucker, like, right? I'm not playing, but if I got one, I'm selling it to you. I'm gonna sell it to you, make a little cash. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I decided I didn't want to go.
You gotta do what you gotta do, John.
I got fiber,
Yeah,
bro.
so
You don't.
16 invited from pro points, and the other 16 are just first come, first serve. Like, what the fuck, dude? That's so weird. I just think they should let's do an online qualifier tournament, right? I don't know.
Of course.
Yeah,
it takes. If it's top of anything, you should always qualify to get in.
Like, what if like
the competition there's gonna be the best possible?
Like the 4 best European teams like can't go or something. Like that's kind of weird. Or even like any of them in the top 8 really. Like that would just suck. Yeah, I just thought that was weird. I wanted your guys' take on it. What do you guys think is a good solution for that?
It's simple, bro. You take the top like 16, I guess. I think that's fair. Top 16 pro point teams up to that point, just to congratulate them just for being the best AM teams at that point.
Yep.
And then the rest of them, the 16 next best, are playing in a tournament, like an online double elimination bracket. You have no excuse if you can't get top 16 in a bracket without the like 28 best teams in it. If you can't get top 16 in that bracket, you suck.
Yeah, I agree.
Up.
Yeah, what John says is true.
Were the servers addressed? No, we haven't talked about the servers yet. What are you talking about? Like the 12 hertz? I mean, what does it really say? I mean,
that shit's a huge problem.
It's a big problem,
but we have no control over that.
We have no control over it. What are we gonna say? Fix it.
Yeah, it's just gotta be fixed. Is that like, can they fix that like easily? I don't think so.
I think they can. I think you just have to pay for them.
No. Well,
servers cost money, right?
The amount of cash they're making with this battle pass shit, maybe they should.
That's a topic for a different day. Those are two different.
They definitely got cash. I know that.
Activision has some bands.
Infinite bands.
Everybody got money.
You know, to see the Code Bowl, you see who was there?
Wait, to see who was at where?
The Code Bowl, bro, or whatever the hell whatever. What's that shit called?
Code Bowl.
Yeah, well, there were some people there, and I'm not talking about you, Ant.
No, yeah. Like the streamers, like Shroud, Doc. Yeah, those guys are taxing for sure. Oh man, these guys are making daily salaries in a day. I bet.
Probably, bro. Shit.
Sheesh.
I gotta get on that level.
I gotta become a COD partner, bro. What
partner.
What do I gotta do to become a COD partner? Gotta start playing.
You need like 30,000 subs or
I
something.
gotta start playing Fortnite or something. And just like
we should talk about that. Like,
I gotta start playing Fortnite, blow up, and then come back.
That was a big thing this past week.
That was a big fucking thing.
That tournament that was run, that was given to like COD pretty much nobody that has anything to do with COD.
250 racks. I won championships and got 30K. Split.
250 racks.
With 10% going to the org. These motherfuckers got 100 racks.
Yo, Ant's clearly tight.
Shooting bots.
Oh yeah, Amanda, that gets me tight.
Ava won 20 racks.
20 racks.
No offense. She's great, but I could. My monitor is in front of me. I could spin. My
racks. That shit's hard,
bro. Listen,
that's a lot of fucking racks.
My monitor is right here.
That's 2 Rolexes, brother.
I could spin my chair around and play backwards and beat Ava.
Ava, let me hold $1. You know what I'm talking about? Like 20 racks.
Bro,
how did you get a COD? Like, how did you even get into this?
I could play the series like this and fry Ava in COD. She won 20
racks, bro. Like,
and the only reason we're going so hard at her is because that's our homie.
People were saying like, oh, you should get the pros involved. Now I understand from their perspective why you don't get the pros involved. Because say I invite Scump and fucking
I just think you shouldn't do that tournament.
Tommy would be like, what the fuck? I want to win 20 racks. Like, why aren't you inviting me?
Yeah, that'd be some bullshit.
I get that. But at the same time, if you're gonna give away this money, give it away to like the Doc and like Cloud or whatever. Or if you're gonna do it that way. But there were some people in that tournament that had like 1,000 followers.
1,000 followers. What's that guy? That guy played Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto. He's this guy. GTA role playing. I was
a GTA role player. Some shitty Fortnite guy.
I was blown away, bro. I couldn't believe it. I'm telling you, bro.
Why are you coming to my game taking racks from me? I'm over here doing the Codcast. You don't give a shit about COD.
Bro, no bullshit. I could use a Cronus and plug in a Wii controller and fry.
Who the fuck is that guy? 1,500 followers.
What the fuck was his name? What was his name?
Who knows? What's the point? Who the fuck knows what the guy's name is?
Are you kidding,
bro? Who the fuck knows?
I'll be honest. Out of sheer pride, I didn't watch that tournament for even a single second.
Those idiots that play with the hitch. Those dudes that play GBs all the time. Give it to them.
Those idiots
At least they play. At least they play. Give it to fucking
At least they play.
Fuck are we talking about?
No, and then to ruin the whole shit. And then to ruin the whole shit, they just and listen. Good job, Teep, you're a beast. But to ruin the whole shit, they added a world champion and threw him in the tournament like everything was gonna be cool. They added one world champion and said you can play, and he just fucking shit on everyone. Everyone.
Wasn't Amanda on his team?
Yes, he shit on everyone.
Shit on a bunch of idiots.
Yes. So they're like, all right, we're gonna get all you motherfuckers.
You don't play anymore. This should be fair. Teep's like, okay.
Wait, I was actually watching Teep.
Sure, I'll love to play.
Yo, they weren't shooting back. I'll tell you.
No, they were not, dude.
Yo, they were not shooting. It looked like he was shooting, boss.
Are you fucking?
Because he was.
I can't believe this shit, man. Fuck, 20 racks. You believe this shit?
250K is a massive prize pool.
Wait. How many COD tournaments are 250K? Like total.
Our playoffs last year. Well, it was like 500K. Like playoffs, yeah.
That's insane. That's taking home what you won, like
AW.
They probably won more than you won at Gfinity. That tournament that you said was your favorite tournament win. They probably said, "What, Tommy? Fuck that tournament."
Fucking hell, bro.
Yo, dude.
That's a lot of cash, bro.
That is a lot of cash.
I think that's like my championships combined. Like, dude, I think the most I won from a championship was like 7,500 individually. I mean, champs, obviously we got 50, but like, you gotta be like doing well at champs, like to combat that.
What Amanda just got
from back in the day. Fucking absurd.
I mean, bro, one Fortnite tournament and like kids' lives were like changed. You know what I'm saying? Like that for like when Booga won and like all the even like people behind him, like even
those guys are competing. That's crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah,
I have no complaint about the prize pool in competitive COD over the last few years. I saw that tournament was fucking insane. I can't believe
that tournament just. I mean, that money should have been given. The money should have been given to more people that are involved in COD.
Get some OGs in there.
If you're not gonna get. To me, I understand if you get the big name people because obviously with that becomes that's like free advertisement. So give the money to Shroud.
Like if Courage and
Doc, 70,000 people, right?
And Shroud, exactly. Like if those people were playing it, sure. But like, I was so confused as the people that they selected for it, and like I know those people are probably gonna be mad when they hear this, but I don't give a fuck. I'm fucking mind blown.
They're not gonna hear it. You know why? They don't give a shit about COD. They just gave them free cash.
It's a bunch of fucking fugazi, bro. That's fugazi. Period.
Exactly.
All right. All right, let's move on. We had to address that though. I thought that was funny. Okay, is there anything you want to talk about, Tommy, or should we go to the Reddit questions now?
We can go to Reddit questions. I'm good, bro.
And in the chat as well, if you guys have any questions for any of us and Tommy specifically, go ahead and throw them in the chat, and we'll try to read off as many as we possibly can for you guys.
Okay, if you guys see anything in the chat, just read it out loud. I'm gonna kind of look at the Reddit. By Cass Kraken. Tommy's a beautiful human. That's all. I agree.
I fucking. What's this? Is this on Reddit?
Yeah.
For Zoomaa, Reddit, bro.
All right, here's a good one. For Zoomaa, how does someone like you, very skinny, and Porterhouse, fat fuck, become friends? Eat a cheeseburger and tell Porter to eat a salad.
What? Bro, honestly, I'll actually answer the question how we became friends. Dude, he just fucking roasted me because I just flanked him all the time in AW, and that's basically how we got became friends.
That's how we became friends, me and you.
Yeah, that's how we became friends. Like, bro, when I was coming into the scene, like, people would just roast me, so I would just roast them back and just have fun with it, like, go nuts. Like, I would actually, like, fucking be emotional and shit and, like, go hard. And then eventually, like, I would just talk to everybody at events. Well, I'm like that, too. Like, at events, I talk to everybody, so, like, I'm just friends with everybody, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Would you say that Porter was better than you at Advanced Warfare?
AW?
Yeah.
No, I know what he better than me in that game, bro.
You hit him with the Soldier Boy. Crim!
Yo, listen, bro. I felt pretty. I was like one of like, especially towards the end of the year, like that was like one of the games where I was like, I'm not fucking losing, bro.
You were dirty at the end of that game, beginning.
Yeah. Well, the beginning. I don't know. Our team was a little off, bro.
We should have went farther in that tournament, in my opinion.
I think we were still learning the game, to be honest, like how it should be played. Like I think we knew the game, but I don't think we were playing it the right way. If that makes sense. Like AW had like a different play style.
I don't think I was very good, but you and Nato should never team ever.
I wanted to bet with Nato.
Yeah, that was a fluke for sure.
Wait, we should have won back to back too. We got bomb glitch. You remember that shit?
Yeah, I mean that was just a glitch, like anomaly that you guys were good in that game. You and Nato was the diabolical, bro.
We only teamed for that game and a little bit of the next game. That's it.
All right, Tommy, how do you feel about Dom being used in competitive after seeing CTF used in the 250K streamer tournament? Do you think Activision / Infinity Ward could reconsider it? I guess we talked about that. He said yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, CTF. I like CTF, but I don't know, bro. We'll see what happens. I'm fine playing either.
Okay.
I know I'm pretty confident in domination too now. To be honest, I know all the spawns.
Here's a good question by Sachin. Do you think the COD community in general is becoming harder to satisfy? And he wants all of our opinions. So
say that again. Your mic was cutting out a bit. What'd you say?
Do you think the COD community in general is becoming harder to satisfy?
I definitely think that maybe the COD community is a little spoiled sometimes, for sure. Mm-hmm. But I think they have every right to be. Like I think they just want it to be the best that it can possibly be. So like people obviously are gonna put their input and put their opinions on it, and that's with anything. So. In any sport,
I think that if your community gets bigger and bigger, and we have played a game that changes every single year, there's just gonna be complaints. Like
there's gonna be complaints,
no matter what it is. Like, I think people think about even back then. If it was social media, remember when it changed to COD 3? That's like ancient now. But if there was social media back then, that game would have stoned that game into the fucking dirt.
We were throwing stones at that game, dude.
Yeah, we would have thrown stones at that game.
I hopped on
Absolutely.
COD 3. I aimed in. My guy drop shotted. When you aimed in, your guy actually went to the ground. I said, "Fuck this." I ejected the disc and got back on COD 2 and played it for a year. That was the last time I played COD 3. I literally ejected the disc and just threw it across the room. I never played it again.
Well, that's one thing with COD 2 is like we're constantly adapting every year to like a new game.
Always.
So like opinions are changing every fucking year, bro. Like there's never like one set game where we can just make it how we want it, get it perfect, and then that's it. Like we just play that fucking game for our lives. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, and also I don't think
every year.
I don't think the COD community is becoming harder to satisfy. I just think that with like how big it is and the amount of tools and money that Activision has, that they just want certain things to be fixed. Like in other games, stuff gets fixed kind of quick, and you know there's like a standard for most esports, and I feel like we just expect it to be like that, especially when you have that much money. So I don't even become harder to satisfy. I think it's just things that should happen that don't happen sometimes.
I think that there's things that come with it every single year that should be given to us on release, or or maybe like a month after release once rules are somewhat finalized. Like I think like rank play should be thrown in every single game. You know we're gonna ask for it, so just give us some form of something to play where you're not playing pubs. Like if you don't want to complain everything about your game, give it to us, bro.
That's what I was gonna say. It's almost like it's almost like they're teasing us, bro. Like one year they're giving it to us, and then the next year they're taking it away, and then the next year it's like, oh, hey, what the fuck, man? Like just like World War II rank play was fun, bro. I grinded that shit all day.
It was fun. I didn't play that game, and I thought that was fun. Like if I'm getting on, I'm gonna play that.
And it got such positive feedback, so you would think that, like as a developer, you'd see that, and then thinking about it, you're like, oh, maybe we should fucking keep that in the game. Yeah. You know? But they keep teasing us. They just keep changing it up.
Another question: how would games such as Black Ops 2 and MW3 be received by the community if they had been released today? Well, I think Black Ops 3 would be loved.
But yeah, it would still be the same.
Black Ops would absolutely be loved. I mean, there's stuff that you needed to get rid of, like you do in every single game. But after that game's just amazing.
Yeah.
Wait, you said MW3 too?
I think people liked MW3 at the time. I personally
it didn't have LAN. That's why
it didn't have LAN. Yeah. Right. That would have pissed that way. If the game released today in 2019 at version 2020 with no LAN.
Wait, there was no.
There was no LAN. The reason that game was like not competitive because there was no LAN.
Wait, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, there was no LAN.
I just played online.
Yeah, everyone did. You had no choice.
Oh yeah, well, true. No, they had MW3 events, didn't they?
Yeah, but you had to do it like online. It was like a big.
Oh yeah.
We didn't have like the tools and stuff, and and nobody picked it up like for Pro Circuit or anything. So we just did like UMG.
Honestly, the gameplay and the maps weren't that bad on that game though. Like
no,
it was pretty
S&D
fun to
was
get on
fun
and play.
As hell, man.
Yeah.
And there were some good maps in that game.
Didn't the same team win everything in that game? Didn't Optic win all that shit?
First half,
Scump was actually a lord
we were
at the beginning of that game.
There's literally two good teams. It was Optic and then my team. That's it.
And
it was though. Sure. We won two of the last 3 events.
Nobody cared about that game at the end. Come on, you know that.
I just played.
We just asked who was the best teams. And the tournaments we went to, they didn't go to, so we didn't get to play them. As we went to, we did.
All right, I believe you. I'm not arguing.
But yeah, that was fun. That game was fun, dude. I liked it a lot. I didn't even play the first half, and I came back and joined like a team and won an event. That's how little competition there was in MW3.
Yeah, there wasn't much. I remember that because I used to watch. I was like a little fanboy. I was like, Scumpy. I was sitting there going crazy.
He was godlike at that game.
I used to watch Scump a lot, like when I was in high school and shit. Because like I just played S&D tournaments, and then on the side I would watch the events and shit. I was like a big fan of like Scump, Rambo, Big Timer.
To me, that was
like those guys.
That was his best game, like playing against.
Now that you bring it up, do you think the time of S&D kids becoming pros is dead? Because I personally do. Do you think that time is dead?
I think the franchise league killed it, bro.
You think that's what it is?
Why?
I think that the S&D scene is just doomed. So it's hard to like be a dominant S&D kid if there's no S&D scene played. Like, you know what I mean?
You're right.
I mean,
I guess it's not the franchise. It's more just nobody like the S&D tournaments. Like they're just not competitive anymore. Or are they? I don't know. Like I don't really play them. Like are they?
Exactly though, right? How many like TJ Haley's and Illies are coming now? Like I feel like who is that kid next? Like after this last crop of Celium.
I mean, we've known all these guys, right?
Right, exactly. Who's the next ones? I can name you one kid that I think is like good.
It's not the same because
S&D right now.
The S&D scene was fucking lit for years. Like Black Ops 3. I feel like Black Ops 3, a lot of people made a name for themselves, and like Pharaoh and them prior to that, and then like World War II, even there was some Search kids who were popping off, but like it started to actually decline during World War II. Is when the SNE scene started to decline, and some of those guys like rallied, switched over to Blackout in the next game. Like a lot of those guys stopped grinding Search and Destroy, so the community kind of died off. So I think a lot of the guys that made name for themselves in Black Ops 3, they became pros because they were actually nasty. And I can't name any other people next.
Can't name anyone, right?
I think you might be
Sweet in
right.
the chat says no open tourneys equals no new pros, and I think that's fugazi.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Tommy, how many open tournaments did you go to? Like, were you actually in open?
Before I went pro?
Yeah, actually in open.
None.
That's what I'm saying. Fugazi.
The only reason why I got picked, I was just flying online.
Usually the people that go to
That's
these
what I'm
open
saying.
tournaments remain open for the rest of their life.
Their lifetime.
You know why? Because when you go to open tournament, like this sounds fucked up, but like you kind of set yourself up for failure sometimes if you're like nasty. Because you'll go to shit team and you get like 12th and be like, that guy sucks. But if one guy's just fucking frying online for like a year, people will be like, well, you might be nasty, and they'll give you a chance. And it's fucked up that it works. It's really fucked up that it works like that. But like, unless you just absolutely dominate open, like pros won't really give you a chance, and that's how it works.
But
you have to
also
fry, and then oftentimes you just stick with the team you fried with anyways. You wouldn't even need a chance. But like,
yeah.
if you are frying online over and over, someone's gonna give you a chance. I don't think open tournament has to get.
And then you gotta make the best of that chance too.
Yes, you have to make the best.
When I got that chance, I knew that. Like I was like, I gotta do good, or else I'm gonna get fried by Ant.
Yeah, I was roasting Tommy so hard when he joined in the 8s, dude.
I used to get cooked, bro, every day.
Tommy would join the college, and I'd be like, he'd fry, and he'd be like, yo, he'd be humble. He'd be like, I had a good game. I'd be like, you're not doing that on land, though.
Stupendous in the chat says Simp went to opens. Simp went to one open.
And he dominated.
And he won it. And Simp was not going to spend any time on an open team in that game.
Yeah.
Like that.
Oh, I went to open once. Remember in the beginning of World War II, we were playing terrible.
Oh,
in the
that doesn't count. That doesn't count. You're on FaZe.
Yeah, what?
Now we placed top 4 somehow.
Wait, guys, people have come from open, but it's way harder is what we're saying.
Infinitely hard. I'm just saying that because there's no open does not mean there won't be new pros. It's just how are you gonna get your name out there nowadays without having like pros have no reason to play you now. Like there's no SNDC
or even watch you. Yeah.
Like honestly, I'm just gonna speak from when I was a pro. You frying other non-pros doesn't mean shit to me.
Yeah.
You gotta smoke pros for me to like look.
Yeah.
It'll come from it'll come from like the orgs though, like the GMs making decisions and paying attention to up and coming talent, forming challenger teams and stuff like that. That's how these guys will become pros, and maybe it'll be a little bit different.
Do the challenger events.
If pros have less influence, who gets picked up to like teams and stuff, like that's how people will become pros.
No, there'll be new pros next year.
Yeah,
like without a doubt, there'll be
new
people
for sure. But like it'll just be a little bit different.
Nah, there will, bro.
That means people gotta go. So
yeah, but
I think that.
See, bro.
All right, we'll see. I mean, you're probably right. There hasn't been 1 year without new pros, but most of the time, don't they have to qualify? Like it's gonna be harder to for people to just pick up those new pros.
Pentagram is next up, bro.
I mean, somebody might give Pentagram a chance. Why not? He's been like constantly frying.
Yo, Lamar loves Pentagram, bro.
Yeah.
Sheesh, you gotta protect your spot, Tommy.
You think so? Nah, I'm good, bro. See the way I'm playing in Scrims, bro. I'm
Tommy,
Ryan.
let me ask you another question from Reddit. By PSidWho13. Come on, man. Just get an easier name to say. Hardest team you've ever faced?
Ever?
In Scrims or like in
no.
career?
Ever in your career.
Optic,
like AW, Black Ops 3, Jetpack Optic?
Yeah, Jetpack. I mean, dude, especially in AW, like nobody was fucking.
But you beat them though.
Yeah, but they were hard. Like, I mean, the Dallas, the first time we beat them, like Gfinity was hard, like the comeback and shit. Season 1 was hard, but when we won Season 1 in World War II, like we had to come back on that shit. We did some crazy shit there. Like it's always like a crazy match. Like FaZe and Optic is always crazy. We've had a few matches where like we've gotten blown out. Maybe I think in like IW.
Yeah.
But other than that,
like, you think IW Optic was harder to play? Because I don't think you guys like beat them or came close to beating them in that game. Did you?
We beat them in IW, didn't we? I'm pretty sure we did.
That's
when
I used to put you guys in the blender in IW, so you guys beat Boogie Man, bro. So
you're nasty, bro.
What's that sandwich, dude? Somebody wants to know in the chat earlier.
Nutella, bro. Just toasted bread.
That's sick.
Yeah, it's toasted bread and Nutella. What?
What's it like to have a fast metabolism? Shit.
Yeah, right. Wow.
I just eat everything,
bread
bro.
and sugar, bro. This guy's a beast.
Everything, brother. Everything.
All right. Somebody asked, who would be the players' union president if you had to pick one, Tommy? Who's got your vote?
For president?
Yeah, president of the players' union.
JCap.
Wow.
JCap.
Horrible choice.
Yes.
Choice. I vote Slasher.
Yeah, Austin would be a good one.
Nah, I don't think he would actually. I'm trying to think.
I mean, I think you need somebody who's
does
like.
the president have to be a player?
I feel like JCap would be.
Nah,
I feel like JCap would be a good fit.
for the
We're
question's
eggs.
sake.
JCap
Does
or
it have
eggs.
to be a player?
For the
'Cause I
question's
would-
sake, let's make it a player.
Can we do coaches?
No, player. Man, there's really no player suited for that position.
Because I was gonna say Chris, but
player.
Who's like the most
Probably got our ex, bro.
Yo, right?
yeah, that seems pretty good to me.
They have to have everyone's respect. They have to be.
Yeah, but they have to like
good-
not
they have
be.
to have good
They have to
morals.
not have such wild opinions that are differentiating from. Like,
Wait, if we're
so if I was gonna say Clay, like Clay has a
It
good
can't
year
be
with
Clay.
with action, but it can't be Clay because his opinion is so much different than so many other players.
I think it would have to be Looney.
Wait, JCap is a good choice, bro.
It'd have to be like Looney, dude.
Nah. Yeah, I mean, I don't think Looney's a bad choice. He's an older player too.
He's the best
Yeah,
choice
yeah,
because I feel like Looney, like even if like it benefited a team, he wouldn't be like a douchebag about it.
And Dan would be good. Dan would be a good one.
Yeah, Dan's a good choice.
Is he the best choice of everyone?
Yeah,
though?
Nato.
Like, think
I
about
wouldn't
it.
even wake up in time for the meeting.
Truly
Stop.
think about it. Dan would probably be the best choice. That's the only one I could think of that would be like pretty neutral.
Haggie's not a professional player, and also Haggie just would piss them off
Yeah.
to no end.
No way. Absolutely no way.
I mean, that's pretty hard to pick a player to like. I feel like even Pat would be a good one, just because he speaks his mind.
Nah, I don't think Pat's dealing with. They're dealing with Pat.
No, yeah.
Like you said,
He's
crazy.
All right, then chalk it up. What are you gonna do?
You need someone that they would listen to, or actually take meetings with.
Karma.
I just think
Bro, that's funny.
I just think Cap is like well respected.
He is, but also
yeah,
like
he is.
You know what I'm saying?
he
So
wouldn't
that's-
want to. But Cap wouldn't want to do that. He would say, "Fuck no."
Yeah, probably not, but that wasn't the question, you know.
All right. Do we have any other questions from the chat? The Reddit thread doesn't really have any other good questions. Ask
You don't think? I think this one in the Reddit thread's
Oh, maybe I skipped it. Go ahead.
There's a few in the Reddit. I'm pretty sure.
Wait, or maybe I lost it. Oh, here we go. It was this one. It's from Alicious. Some of you guys' names like
Yeah, just make
for
it
real
easy,
though.
bro.
Like, what's good with you? Anyways, Alicious. How does the pro and behind the curtain perception of team strength vary from the norm that we see posted on here and on streams? For example, Huntsman Scrims consensus that Dallas is and was ahead of everyone. Not asking for a power ranking, but more the difference in perception from what people let you see and what's actually the case when you scrim the teams.
So like in terms of like us thinking like,
Yeah.
whoa, like Dallas
Yeah,
is really far ahead. Like, what do we actually think?
or like what are people like? So only thing that people show you is basically them dominating in like YouTube videos and blah 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 blah. Like the difference in that versus the reality of it.
I think the reality of it is that they just know the game better than everybody else. I think that's all.
With Dallas
I mean, it's
in
like-
particular.
Yeah, like Dallas in particular, and obviously they're talented. Like they have like a lot of talent. Like they're gonna be good if they know what they're doing and they grind and play every day. This guy's got 300 steps in a month. Like that's, like, you know what I'm saying? Like they're playing a lot, and I respect that. Like they're grinding. Like that's cool. Like they're doing their thing. They're good, but I don't think they'll be as dominant down the line. Like I think people are gonna catch up, and I think they know that too. That they need to keep grinding to stay ahead, or people are gonna catch up. Like that's just like that's how it is every year in
I
COD.
think the biggest thing is like, you guys just know like limitations on some players and how they are online and online versus LAN and what's gonna happen, like personalities and stuff. So you guys aren't as quick as the fans are to jump the gun and say this is gonna be our biggest opponent this year, right? Like you can just kind of tell. And whereas like some fans, like they just see a team dominate, like they're gonna shit on everybody this year. That is probably the biggest difference, at least when I
Yeah.
that's what it was like.
I mean, the fans just put too much emphasis on scrims and YouTube videos.
Yeah, scrim
Just
early
way too
scrims in
much.
particular.
Yeah, so like
Like-
I don't know.
I would almost
mean,
take little to nothing away from most scrims right now until the season begins. personally.
Yeah, I mean the only
that
thing
would
that
change.
Scrims are like what people mostly see in scrims is hardpoint, right? Like
yeah.
obviously it's important, but you're playing online on someone's host, someone has an
strong.
advantage, and then in a real match, the next map is search and destroy. That can be equalized so quick, and it just doesn't take effect. Like the mentality of losing like 3 hard points in a row or whatever in scrims never comes into play in a match.
Yeah.
Like, you always have a reset before you're even back into this mode. Like it's just way different when you're actually playing on LAN and it's in an actual match. Like people take so much from these scrims, and it's rarely the case in reality. I don't know.
Yeah. Nah, yeah, I don't know, bro. It's like a weird argument, but in my opinion, I'm pretty sure all the pros think the same way when it comes down to that. Like they just outplay everybody else, especially in the beginning. They got ahead and they're just staying ahead.
Oh, in terms of Dallas is definitely the best team right now.
Yeah,
sure.
right now.
Argue that.
Yeah, right now.
Yeah.
And then there's also teams with a lot of talent that I think aren't the best right now, but are gonna be really fucking good. Like they're still getting it, you know. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Well, sweet.
This guy on Reddit says, "What's the best grand finals of all time in your opinion, Tommy?"
That I was in, or just a period?
No, just in general. It could be one that you were in, but period.
Let me think, man.
There's
been a lot of like really good events, like really crazy finals.
Yeah, there have. I know my answer for sure.
Same.
Mine
Wait,
would be,
what are you gonna say?
while
'Cause I have no idea.
Mine's gonna be Black Ops 2 Chance finals.
100%.
I think
Only
that
answer.
finals was crazy
I
because
think
it went
that's the
to
only
game.
answer.
I want to say game 10, and it was raid hardpoint, and Impact never lost that map. So everyone's sitting there like, all right, this is over.
Yeah.
They lost.
This is their map, and they lost it, and everyone was going nuts. Like it was actually trending, like real life worldwide trending because it was streaming
That's
on
nuts.
Xbox, and it was just like this is actually crazy. And then game 11 they still lost anyways.
Yeah, and it was like the craziest
that play by
ever on
Mir.
Meltdown.
Yeah,
In the 1v1, and it went to round 10 too.
That's crazy. That shit was lit. I always watch that highlight of when like it was Mir, right? Or somebody was like shinning the last round, like running over shit, like shit, bro.
Mir clutched on these fools, like
I remember being there, and I was on like the Freako side with like everybody, like me and Rizma. We're like, let's fucking go, Mir. We were just going nuts. Though they had like these elevated like bleacher seating, and everything was shaking. It was so fun.
That's crazy. If I had to pick, I was trying to think of one that I wasn't in, but like I think the World War II one was crazy. The season 1. I mean,
that
people
was crazy.
Yeah,
it was
people in the chat were talking about it, but dude, that shit, and being in that, like after we won that, I was like, it's like what the fuck, like what the fuck just happened, like.
You know, it was also
like,
lit, dude. The playoff championships have been lit. What was it? The Rise one versus Optic. That was crazy as fuck in Black Ops 3.
Yeah.
Oh, that one was good. They were down 3-0,
and the Heat Wave.
They brought it back to game 7. Yeah, Dan used Heat Wave for the dub.
That's up.
I remember that.
That's a top 3 chip,
that.
dude. That was.
Yo, Dan, where you at, bro? Pop the triggers, my guy.
Wait, it was on that snow map,
Infection,
right?
bro,
What was that?
infection.
Yeah, infection. He didn't pop the
yeah.
Heat Wave for the dub. Slasher says first AW Columbus event was lit. I don't even remember that one, to be honest.
It was lit. It was where Aches had to fuck the pan.
What was that? Who won that? Like
They did. Slasher.
FaZe.
I was trolling, bro. I know. Slasher's talking about that's crazy.
Yeah, I
That
think
final was
that
garbage.
Rise vs Optic was probably.
It was alright.
That was
really
last
good.
map, last round, wasn't it? Second.
Yeah, it was. It was game 7. That was game
single,
7, round
it was
eleven.
One series, like that shit was fucking lit, dude.
Oh right, Nick in the chat says I blame Octane. That's true. He had vision pulse at. Oh man, they fucked up that round bad. Holy shit.
That's a dagger, dude. That was a lit ass series. I remember having goosebumps.
As good
watching
as
it.
like those guys are at Respawn, Nikki D, Slacked, Octane. Round 11, you could have put in like any S&D kids. They had Heat Wave, Vision Pulse.
Yeah.
Oh my, you guys suck.
Everything.
How you fuck this up? Everything.
Come on, man.
It's all got Mutex and then they're fucking.
Yeah, Mutex would have popped it.
Any other questions we got?
Oh my god. Any other questions from the chat, guys?
While we look for another question, I just seen something crazy on Twitter. Magic Johnson believes he should be given a fair share of credit for the Lakers start this season.
I don't think that's
Look
gonna
at John's
happen,
face.
Magic.
He goes, here's
Magic,
a quote.
does he need credit?
This
What's
team
wrong
would
with
not
this guy?
be
He's
in
rich
the
as hell.
position it's in without me. He's bugging, dude.
Sweet. What was the craziest map of all
craziest
time?
map?
That MV map in IW versus
That comeback.
that shit's unreal.
Wait, which one?
The MV map versus
Precinct Uplink.
United Precinct Uplink when they came back down like 10-0
In the
on
listening.
Precinct Uplink.
Bro, I got one.
and then John didn't say a word for like the whole entire 5 minutes.
Bro, I think the
Yeah,
I think the EG United match in Champs and Black Ops 4 was crazy.
When they came back and beat them, that was crazy.
Yeah, bro, they were up by a lot, like to the point where like I wasn't even watching it no more. I was like, it's just over with.
This shit's. You know what's crazy is? There's another one, Tommy. It was 100 Thieves versus FaZe, and FaZe was up 2-0.
That's some bullshit. It's some bullshit.
They're up 2-0, 2-0, and 100 Thieves. They didn't want to be there.
That was bad, bro.
They didn't look like they wanted to be there, bro. It was like,
bro,
these guys are getting
no what hurt. You know what hurt about that? You know what hurt so much about that series is I was having the series of my life.
Yeah, you're going nuts
for half the
and then
nuts.
And then the next two matches just got smoked, and it's like, fuck, it's
like, what the fuck happened here?
Yeah, bro. Bro, you know what? I put so much energy into those first 3 matches. I'm like, 3-0, fuck. I went hard as fuck. And then after that, I was like, shit. We gotta focus
that
up,
was a
bro.
demoralizing L,
too early. Now they should have won 3-0 for sure.
We should have won 3-0. Yeah,
whatever.
Heading to the finals.
That was playoffs, right?
No, that was champs. That was champs.
That was that champs. And we
first round of losers.
And I think we should have won. I think we should have won Miami too with that FaZe team. Me, Asum, Maddie, Trey. We should have definitely won Miami.
Well, Asum had a terrible last day.
Yeah, at Miami.
Yeah.
I mean,
he was frying the day before that.
I mean, dude, Asum, even whether he's frying or not, like he's unselfish. He's easy to play with. That's one reason why I love playing with Asum. He's like one of my favorite players. He's probably like top 3 like favorite teammates that it has of all time.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, dude, I loved playing with Asum.
Miami was a blur. What did you guys lose? Who'd you guys lose to?
We lost to we lost to United in winners finals, and then
who'd you beat? Like that was like the big upset. Who the fuck you? You beat 100T, yeah.
Yeah, we beat 100T, LG, I think. I don't know. We beat a bunch of teams. We were good, bro. Even when we were scrimming online, disgusting. Like I obviously I was like, online. You never know what the fuck's gonna happen. When we got to land, like it still felt good. Like even when we were practicing and scrimming in the back, I was like, dude, we're fucking disgusting. Like we can win this shit. Like I don't think people gave that team a lot of credit, bro. I don't think we got as much credit as we deserved.
We were just waiting for you guys to get that big win, and when you beat 100T, that was that. Then you guys just
that was good. Yeah, that was your guys' first like major win as the team, right?
Yeah.
On land.
Yeah.
Don Snap says OG versus Splice Vegas. That's true. That's because Temp low-key choked.
Yeah, he did.
High-key choked.
All you had to do was sit in
when he ran down? Yeah, when he ran down middle alley.
He just sat in the barrel. He tweaked,
Donnie would have had his first chip.
He tweaked, bro.
And he tweaked on the easiest hill to hold.
All you had to do is sit in that little fucking barrel behind the alley, and he wins. He tweaked, bro. He went renegade rogue.
It was a good try, Don. You were going crazy, though, before that.
I know,
you were frying, Don. You were frying, Don.
I would never make that play, dude. Wow.
That's a youngin' mistake. You're grown now.
Yeah.
Crazy fools blaming it all on me. Well, that's another thing too, bro. When you make a mistake, like the map that knocks you out at the end of the map, that's all people remember, bro. It's just the one mistake that you made at the end of the map. That's it. They don't remember. Like Donnie could have literally got the fucking 10.0.
Whatever other mistakes happened, you made up for it, and that was your opportunity.
Okay.
Spell Chopper Vision Post Drone Squad. Yo, listen, bro.
What? If you're winning a fight for 11 rounds, you get knocked out in 12. You think people are gonna talk about the 11 rounds? You got fucking knocked out.
He was perfect. But it still went to that 12th round. In that 12th round, when it was ready, when you were poised for that chip, you got your fucking tooth knocked out.
Is that what happened, bro? You got your tooth knocked out?
Most likely to start within the first 2 events. I mean, I think we've been over that question before. Oh, Blastful? That's a good one. That's a good one because
that's a good one, right?
That's a good one, and I think that everyone just says people in Toronto because they have 900 people. I think I want to say that Nick's been in every scrum I've seen Toronto on stream. I think he's starting.
Wait, Nick is like their best player too. Wait, he is like, bro.
I mean, hey, I don't know. You know better than me.
A motivated Nick is a good Nick.
When we played around Toronto, Nick is definitely.
Yeah.
Wait, and I play with Nick. You know when somebody's good at a game when you play with him, bro.
Yeah.
Like I play wages with him and stuff. Like he's
a god online too, so.
It's always been that way. This guy used to kill me with a Razorback in Black Ops 3. Possible.
He was using him and Enable to use Pharaohs online and just shit on me in Black Ops 3.
Rookie of the year predictions. Who do you think Rookie of the Year is gonna be, bro?
There's literally 2 rookies and they're on the same team.
Yeah, which one?
Which one you taking? He has more clout.
I'll take Shotzi because this kid was winning on land before in a different game. He'll probably turn up at some point.
He has more clout, so I'll probably get it. Can Tommy talk about the topics that were raised by players at the No, he can. I don't think he can really do that.
It's probably not allowed.
I'd rather not talk about the player summit.
yeah, no reason to get Tommy in trouble. He's coming on, giving you guys good stuff.
Knowing me, I'd get in trouble too. Somehow.
How many times have you been fined in your career, Tommy?
Multiple.
FaZe thing.
You've been fined the most of any player, I think.
I was fined a lot, like in the AW day, like AW.
You get fined for that talk show?
What's the worst thing that you've got fined for? Like the thing that you think you shouldn't have been fined for.
Talk
what
show.
did you do?
I think I told somebody to suck my dick on Reddit, and FaZe fined me like 1,500 or some shit.
Why are they reading Reddit?
They read Reddit a lot, dude. If I posted something on Reddit, I'd be like, yo, I keep it.
You said suck my dick and you got fined.
I said, yo, I'll let this guy see it, and then I'll delete it. Like 10 minutes later, they ain't gonna see that shit, and then fucking instantly got the text message, bro. They actually look at that shit, bro.
Can you put people on notifications on Reddit? I really don't know.
Maybe. Like, you think they had notifications on for?
It's like Zoomaa,
but
suck my dick, bitch.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we can't be having our players say this.
But I will say this: I've been pretty good with social media. I've been like kind of like leveling out on that shit. I don't pay attention to it a lot anymore. Like back in the day, like not even back in the day, like a few years ago, like I was super emotional like on social media. Or even if I wasn't emotional, I would just entertain so much bullshit, you know, like even if I wasn't like it didn't hurt me in any way or anything, I just like I'm an idiot. I like to fucking make like, you know what I'm saying? You like to go at it with people on social media because it's fun. Like I thought it was fun.
So people call that growth. I want to say like I think that was my growth in my own life. So like AW, that shit used to happen to me all the time. That was my worst game, but that was also when I used to like roast back and forth with Nate shot, and I just get every single day, no matter what I said, like, hey, good morning, how you doing? They'd be like, you fucking suck. I said good morning. I used to like want to respond, but I think part of me still does, if I'm being honest. I still want to respond.
Sometimes.
But I don't want to get in trouble for responding. Like if I can say whatever I really want to say, like good morning.
Yeah, I mean sometimes.
Like, hey, fuck you. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Like to me that's funny. Like like if I told somebody to suck my dick or fuck you, like to me like sometimes I'm like joke fun, like
yeah.
But it can be, especially on social media, like depending on how you write things, like people interpret things in so many different ways.
Yeah.
Like I could say something that has nothing to do with anybody or anything, and it just gets blown out of proportion, and everybody starts going fucking crazy. That's why I don't fuck with social media, bro.
I hate when I say something and people are like, "Why are you so fucking mad?" I'm like, "Wait."
Yeah. I'm not mad.
So he can talk shit to me, but I can't.
And that gets me fucking mad. They're like, "Why are you so mad?" I'm not fucking mad. You fucking idiot.
So you can talk shit to me, but I can't talk shit back. That's pretty much how it goes.
It's always
that's what I do.
Always like that.
I can go to my mentions right now and find some hate.
Whenever I tweet something like back at someone, they'll like at Activision. You let this fucking guy work for you? Are you fucking kidding me? I'm like, wait, you were just talking shit to me. I can't even say like anything back.
Bro, they used to do that shit to me. They used to they'll add like Ricky or Bass and FaZe, and I'm like, dude, stop adding these guys. Let me delete this shit, man. Fuck. Start deleting
I'd have people adding like Adam AP. They'd be like, listen, you got to fire this guy immediately. Like what he just said to me. Like, dude. That's
why it's easier to talk to people when they know you. Like when people know me, I could say they know if I'm joking or not and shit like that. But social media is a crazy thing, bro. I try to stay out of drama unless somebody starts something with me. Then that's completely different. Like if someone's called, like for instance, I saw somebody put Jenna in the chat. Like she told me to shut the fuck up.
Oh yeah, that shit. Did you get fined for that?
No, they love that shit.
You also snapped, dude. You're like, listen here, you
did snap.
I was like, oh man.
Well, yo, that low key, like I was actually like having fun on that stream, and then when she told me to shut the fuck up, I low key got kind of pissed. I was like, wait, what? Like who the fuck? Start fucking cooking her, bro.
Who's clown of the week this week? We actually need to pick.
We don't have a clown of the week.
No, we can clown. We can pick one.
Who's our clown of the week this week?
We'll go with clown of the month.
No.
You want to do that? Clown of the week.
We gotta think about it. But let me ask you a question on a more serious. All right, so Tommy, on this topic, yeah, you think about it.
All right.
So what are your thoughts? We both gave our thoughts on this, but what are your thoughts on what happened to Mutex? I'm interested in a professional player's perspective. Like, if something like that were to happen to you, like, what do you think that punishment was fair?
I think they were making an example out of him. For instance, like if Crim said that shit, he would still be right where he is. He would just have, you know, that reputation on him of he said that and whatever. But at the same time, like, bro, I'm sure everybody in the chat has said things that they didn't mean or something off camera. Like when you're in the spotlight and he didn't know he was streaming, like, I don't know, but I don't think he should have lost his job for it personally. but they have to make an example out of him. And obviously, I don't condone what he said. Like, I think what he said was horrible. But at the same time, like, people have said horrible things. People have said worse. People who are very big have said worse. And I don't want to call names because it's just.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean. There's people who are huge that have said way worse.
Huge.
And haven't had any problems down the line. But what are you going to do?
The biggest YouTuber of all time said the N-word hard. Bam.
Yeah, but
he said,
bada bing.
Yeah, hard too. He was playing. What was
he said it hard as hell.
He said that shit hard with conviction.
He said it like that was the first time you said that. He said, nah. He said, nah. Fucking hit it hard. Son. I was like, damn.
That's habit.
I was like, yo,
fucking PUBG.
My 18% is hella disrespected right now. It's like I got shot, bro.
You heard that. You're like, that's a habit, bro. You know he's been saying that, bro. But yeah, I honestly, I felt bad for Charles. To be honest, I kind of felt bad for him.
I talked about this for the Weekly Clown with somebody prior to that, and they just texted me. I think it should be the Gorillas because they still have not been tweeting, and I think they just now started scrimming. So that's my.
So just the organization,
just the whole organization in general.
I don't even realize that organizations don't tweet. Like
I pay attention to shit. Like,
I don't. Do they even? I feel like they don't have anyone.
They have 25 tweets.
Yeah, they don't have like.
Everybody's putting out content. Hex is dropping hoodies, founders hoodies, videos, gaining all these fans, like bringing everybody in. Like you got the subliners dropping all this shit, sending people out shit. You got the Rocker doing a 250 hoodie edition. You got them bringing Gary Vee on doing content. Gorillas haven't done shit.
Yeah, they really haven't, bro.
They got to be the Weekly Clown, bro. Go to their Twitter.
Nah, they just come
all
out
they did was go
game.
to one game and took a picture on the field and hashtag hoods up at Rams.
Yeah, but like,
and not one of them
was there. If I was with Margot Robbie, I'd take a picture too. Leo DiCaprio, that's a great actor. You can't hate on that.
They're
good actor right there.
That's a great actor, man.
They got to be the Weekly Clown for sure. Yo, back-to-back weeks was Empire too. It was like Hastro and then it was Mutex. They were switching over to the. You guys agree with that? Is that what we're going with?
That's fine. That's good. That's good.
I'm good with that one.
Video. I forgot about that. That was
about the what?
The Mutineers.
Like they introduced him by him coming into a video on Picture Day.
Hold on.
What the fuck was that, bro?
We clowned. I'm sorry. We clowned Mutineers last week because their shit's been pretty awful. They picked up Maniac.
That's different, but like
he's a content creator, I guess. But
he's a content creator.
Like I was fucking mind blown watching that. I was like, yo.
Too. I was mind blown by that, like especially with the community outrage about who was it that got picked up? Suda. When Suda got picked up on your team, and there was like community, why are you picking this guy up? He fucking sucks.
Suda's nasty.
No, Suda is definitely. That outrage was just stupid. Suda's disgusting.
Bunch of idiots.
Bunch of fucking morons.
Dude, the Mutineers are a fucking meme.
The Mutineers picked up Maniac, and then like
they're a meme.
Yeah, of course, and there's no way the same kids say the same stuff because he's from the other Optic team, right? Like the whatever you want to call him now.
Is he a content creator? Did they announce that, or is he a sub? Because he doesn't make that.
He's definitely announced as a sub because that's probably his official role. Like, but he's a content creator. Come on. This guy will never see a match ever.
Yeah, I don't know.
The Mutineers are a fucking meme, dude.
Wait, the LA Gorillas haven't even scrimmed. They scrimmed for the first time yesterday.
Who?
That's kind of crazy.
Gorillas? Yeah, did you play them?
Nah, but they played
They played the team. They played
they played the FaZe team, didn't they?
I read something that they played
Academy?
Spoof's team and that they were getting shit on and still shooting bodies.
I thought you meant like pre-send them. That is a rough first scrim.
No. The FaZe Academy, yeah. You don't want to play those fools on the first day, bro. You be getting smoked. But Pat was like, yeah, we did pretty good. We won like 2 maps. I was like, shit, good job, yo. Keep it up, Pat.
In the bag and chilling. Gorillas are a weak clown for sure.
Bro, those fools are blowing it in LA. Where they are too. Really nice.
Beautiful, bro.
Yeah,
it looks great. I saw whoever took pictures. It looks absolutely amazing.
You're living life out there, bro.
Yeah, literally. The city's fucking dope too, though. Living in New York City, cause I never lived in the city. Like I'm from the area. Like I live 20 minutes from the city, so obviously like I've been to the city a lot. But like living in the middle of the city is like crazy. It's like a way different experience.
Yeah.
Do you have any stories with any crazy New York people yet? Since you've been like actually in the city.
I mean, everybody's just like, it's hard to explain. Lamar and Donnie could probably explain it more to you guys because they're not from here. For me, like, I'm used to it. Like, in New Jersey, even in New York and New Jersey are kind of the same. Like, people are very, like, outspoken. Like, I don't know. People are very crazy outspoken. Everything's moving really quick. Like, for a perfect example, right? In LA, I'll be waiting for the fucking check at a restaurant for 30 minutes.
Yeah, low key.
In New York, I'm like, oh. I just give them a little bit, like, oh.
And it's not disrespectful. That's why I dislike LA. People are too fucking soft. People are too soft in LA, bro. I can be like, yo, gotta get out of here. Bring the fucking check in New York. LA, motherfuckers are soft. They won't even look your way in LA, bro.
And how many times have you been to New York, bro?
A few times, bro. I fucked with it. Actually, we went on a road trip. We stayed in New York for like 4 or 5 days. Me and my boys. It was lit. Went out in Times Square. Fucking dope as fuck. Everybody was like just turnt as fuck out there. But anyway,
there's always something going on, bro. You go on the side of the road, you go like this, and a cab comes.
Who's taking cabs?
Wait, cabs are cheaper in the city. You either if you're in the city, you gotta take the subway or a cab because the Ubers and shit they have fees and shit. Like there's fees to that shit. You got a lot, and plus cab drivers in the city had to lower their prices because of that shit.
I hopped in a cab. We actually did get in a cab out there, and there's an Indian dude driving us, and he was a maniac driver, bro. They drive like actual psychopaths in New York. He was driving 70 miles per hour on a normal road. He was like,
oh yeah, that's another thing is like I'm used to that too. Like, bro, in New York, 50 and people are just weaving in and out each other. Bikes are flying through. People are fucking standing in front of your car and shit. It's crazy, bro.
John, it was actually. Have you been to New York, John?
Yeah, I've been a few times.
It was actually terrifying, like, because we did a road trip out there, and when we were, like, going to our hotel, we were driving this huge, big-ass van, like, expedition van, and, like, my friend was driving, and he was like this, like point blank to the fucking dash, like, looking out the window, like, it was so scary driving out there. Driving out there is, like, a skill, like, it's, like, nothing else in the U.S., dude. It's fucking terrifying driving.
Yeah. My mom doesn't even like driving in the city. She hates driving in the city.
The roads, every time I've been, the first time I went, I was with Assassin. Like you guys know. Like,
yeah, I know Assassin.
And like they were driving down the streets, and the roads were so small. I'm like, how the fuck do you fit 2 cars?
Yeah.
In these roads, and people are going fast as hell. And I'm just like, oh, this is where I die in the middle of fucking Queens.
That's how it feels, bro.
I'm gonna fucking die.
Yeah, literally. That's why, bro. That's why the best thing to do is just take a subway or like walk. Because it's quick. Everything's close. You know what I'm saying? If I could get anything right now: steak, pasta, sushi. I just go outside. It's a 5-minute walk to whatever. There's shit everywhere. Like there's really places everywhere. So I love it, bro. I fucking love it.
You notice he didn't say like Chipotle. He said steak, sushi.
Yeah, Chipotle, whatever. All that shit.
I feel like the little spots are better though. Anyways, like the hole in the wall spots are like. Fire.
Well, that's and in New York City you have a lot of those. There's a lot of hole in the wall spots that everybody knows are like really fucking good. And plus another thing with New York is look at where that like they put us in such a huge apartment where in the city is really fucking hard to find. So like
they're balling. Casey Neistat is a maniac guy, rides a skateboard around those cabs. Yeah, he's got a death wish. That's some white shit. Oh, never.
Whoa.
Well, no. Oh, bro, in New York, there's lanes for that shit. Like, there's lanes for people who walk and people who ride bikes, and there's a bus lane, and like, there's like, there actually
all
is.
All I
like,
know is to those taxi drivers, a lane is a lane. They don't give a fuck what.
They don't give a fuck. Yeah, they don't give a fuck. Yeah,
time is literally money. Get the hell out of my cab. Let me pick up someone else.
Yeah. They don't give a fuck. Yeah, they don't care, dude. They're fucking wild.
All right, though. Well, I think that's gonna do it. This is a good episode, man.
Absolutely.
I had fun, bro.
I had fun, dude. Thank you for coming on and being lenient with the time and the date. We try to, get it at a time where you'd be done scrimming.
No problem.
So it was all good, man. I know we took last week off, guys, because, we were all in LA. There wasn't much to talk about. So I appreciate you guys being patient with us, and we'll be back next week.
Next week is Christmas at this time. I think that we'd have to move it up to like. We'd have to move it up
next weekend. We're not gonna have anything to talk about if we do it so soon. So.
Well, no one. It's Christmas, like.
Yeah. There's gonna be not shit going on. I mean, next weekend we might do like a COD history episode. We'll come up with something.
I do gotta say though, Tommy, since you're out here showing it off, modeling, Ambot stuff is the dopest stuff that's been.
Bro, they sent me some shit.
It's not even
fire.
To me, it's not even close.
Dude,
the Ambot stuff is fucking dope.
It's not even the designs, but when you get it and you see it and you feel it, like the quality is insane. Like insane. It's like high level shit. It's a North. It's literally better than a North Face.
I don't know what is in this.
That's
No,
bro,
John. No, John. I swear.
I'm telling you, bro.
I'm not bullshitting. Bro, listen. Listen to me for a second.
I gotta get you one, bro.
Listen to me for a second.
All right, speak.
This Anbox pullover, I don't know what is in here. That there's fucking down feathers or some shit, but like it's the inside of this is so warm. This is the best pullover. I'm not bullshitting. I swear on my life that I've ever worn in my entire life. This Anbox
dude, it's insane.
It is so warm. I literally feel like I can. Obviously, I can't, but I feel like I can climb Mount Everest in this thing. That's how warm it is.
Yeah,
bro.
dude, it's so warm.
This is better than any jacket I've ever owned, and like I have.
Hold up.
No, 100%.
I'm trying to be paying us for that kind of gas.
No,
bro,
I
swear, it's
dude,
not even gassing
I'm not
it, bro.
Gassing it, bro.
I bought a Canadian Goose jacket. You know what that is? The Canadian Goose shit. Fucking that shit keeps me warmer than the Canadian Goose jacket. That shit.
I have a nice ass.
$1,200.
I have a nice ass North Face jacket. It doesn't even compare to that. And I just got this fucking like $500 peacoat that was on sale, and it's not even close to as warm as that thing. So that thing is fucking elite, bro. If you guys don't got that, go cop it for sure.
I gotta get one before Minnesota. Then they have us going to the coldest place in the fucking universe.
Oh, I'm definitely.
You go ahead. Everybody copy your inbox. I'll see you in Minnesota. Use code Zoomaa.
All right. Well, now that we just ended it with an Ambox shout out, that's what you get for coming on the Codcast, Tommy. Just a quick shout out. So appreciate you. Hey, Mama Zoomaa.
Got you, bro.
I want some cooking
Mama's
when I
in the
come
chat.
to New York. I want dinner at the Paparatto's.
Hey, Mama. Yeah, you gotta come through, bro. Whenever you're in the city, let's go.
Right. That shit always looks mad good. I gotta go too, bro.
All right, yo, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll figure out what we're gonna do for next week's episode. But as always, you can find this on iTunes, YouTube, and Spotify tomorrow. Much love and appreciation. We'll see you guys later.
Love you guys.
Love you guys. Peace.